getting your band's name on stage is important because if you tell me something like your band's name, I'm probably going to forget it. I'd like to blame this on maturity, code for loss of memory due to old age, but I've always been this way. Sometimes I have an earth-shattering idea only to remember moments later that I may have had a thought about something. It's bad. For a long time, I thought something was wrong with me. I get extremely frustrated trying to talk about bands when I cannot remember their name. Hence, one of my greatest pet peeves with Christian bands. I cannot remember their names because I don't see it on stage. If I see something in writing, I'll remember it for a very long time. I constantly write myself notes. I lose the notes frequently, but remember exactly what was on that paper because I can picture it in my mind. Eventually, I figured out that there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just a visual person. There are a lot of people like me. What I hear goes in one ear and out the other faster than the speed of light, but images are burned into my brain forever. How many of your fans are like me? We want to help your band. We'll support you and pray for you. We'll give you a solid foundation so you can get your ministry accomplished. But please help us out. Put your band name on stage somewhere so we can see it. If we can remember, we'll probably become a fan and like you online later. If we can remember your band's name, we may even call the local radio station to request your song. If we can remember your band's name, we'll most likely come to your next show near us. Help build your fan base by making it easy for us to remember you. The easiest way to get your band name on stage is to buy a banner and hang it on the wall behind the band. This is sufficient, but why settle for doing the expected? To make your band name extremely memorable, do something extremely unusual. The most visible use of the logo is on the stage as the band is performing. An audience needs to see the name as the band performs to help them remember it, to define the band's image, and to make the band appear professional. Most bands use a banner across the back of the stage behind the performers, a logo on the bass drum head, and/or a sign in front of the keyboard. Why should you use all three locations for your signs? The banner is the biggest and most noticeable sign, but you don't always get to put it up. Some stages are simply too small or don't have a way to hang it. The drum sign can be used as long as you're playing your own kit, which doesn't always happen, but it's small and only readable by the people closest to the stage. You can usually put up the keyboard sign, but keys are often located off to one side of the stage, making the sign less readable from the other side. Plus, not all bands have a keyboardist. Your goal is to have all three signs available and use as many of them as you can at each show. Here's an excerpt from the Christian Band Handbook describing several ways to get your band's name on stage. A banner can be created on almost any durable type of fabric. Popular DIY choices are canvas or heavy cotton. The average banner is about 6 feet long and 30 inches high, but as much as 8 feet long and 45 inches high is acceptable. The design can be hand-painted with fabric paints, airbrushed, or fabric cutouts adhered with iron-on glue. Do not use regular house paint, as it'll flake off after just a few uses. Sewing around the edges of the lettering and design, applique, is not recommended because the stitching causes the banner to ripple. Instead, use colored fabric glue to outline the glued-on pieces. Local craft and fabric stores will be able to help choose the appropriate methods and materials. Fold the edges of the banner over about 1/2 inch. Stitch or glue the edges for added durability and to stop the fabric from fraying. Grommets in the corners and the center make hanging the banner easy. Be sure to reinforce the grommet areas on the back of the banner to keep them from pulling out. Banners can be professionally made, but they vary widely in price. One of the least expensive places to order custom banners is from justforbanners.com. Bring extra push pins, small nails, and a hammer to each show to hang the banner easily. Be creative in the use of the logo on stage. Use materials band members already possess and skills family or friends have to come up with an original, memorable presentation. For example, a famous national band once used old-school television sets. One letter of the band name was stenciled on the screen of each set with the channels set to static. The various sized TVs were lined up at the front of the stage to create a very memorable image. The band logo should always be displayed on the bass drum head. The least expensive DIY method to accomplish this is to print sections of the logo on a computer. Use a glue stick or rubber cement to piece the sections together. Glue the entire logo onto the drum head with spray glue. To get all the bubbles out, keep the drum head flat during the gluing process by placing a cushion underneath. For just a couple dollars, the logo can be blown up full color from a computer printout at the local photocopy shop, eliminating piecing it together. This process should last about 3 months if the drum does not get wet. Waterproof the design by covering it with clear contact paper, or remove the ring around the head, place clear plastic wrap over the design, and reattach the ring. But know that this is not as easy as it sounds. Another slightly more expensive but durable option for attaching a logo to the drum head is to print the design on bumper sticker paper designed for a computer. Let the ink dry completely a day before sticking it on the drum. Still more expensive but also higher quality is to have a sign shop cut the design from vinyl lettering material. It can be applied directly to the drum head. If the band logo is a standard lettering style, it's also possible to find or order vinyl letters in an appropriate size from an art supply store. Perhaps the best and most commonly used option is to have a custom cling made by a professional company, such as stickersandmore.com. It's more expensive than the other ideas, but will last longer even if the drum head or drum kit changes. Signs in front of the keyboard can be made out of almost anything. A lightweight material called foam core, styrofoam sandwiched between poster board type paper, is inexpensive and can be labeled with paint, stickers, or permanent markers. Gator core, plastic shaped like corrugated cardboard, is a little more expensive but much more durable. It can take paint or glue, but markers do not hold up well. Both materials are available at a local art supply store. Signs can be leaned up against the keyboard, but they tend to fall over if not attached with duct tape or clamps. It's better to create a 3-sided sign, the main front plus 2 smaller sides, using hinges made out of colored duct tape on both sides down the entire center of the sign. This sign can be used to hide the myriad of cords coming out the back of the keyboard while displaying the band logo. The goal of having the band logo on stage is to get the audience to remember your band's name and to associate the name with your specific professional band brand. This video is an excerpt from the Christian Band Handbook. One of the best tools we have developed for you at Christian Band Help is the Christian Band Handbook. This resource book covers topics such as defining your ministry's mission, how to find the right band members, choosing and protecting your band's name, copyrights, press kits and booking, music marketing, how to make the most of your ministry dollars, and a whole lot more. We know what it's like to be a Christian musician. Between us, my husband Mark and I have over 60 years of experience in almost every aspect of music ministry. I wrote this book so you can learn from our experience. We want to help you launch your band on the journey to impact the world around you while avoiding the pitfalls along the way. The Christian Band Handbook is available as a paperback or ebook on Amazon and most ebook retailers. For more information, go to christianbandhelp.com, click on Store on the navigation bar, and then click on Christian Band Handbook. Or you can click on the link directly below this video.